Hi, hello, what's up? My name's Rachel and I'm running for internal vice president. So Trophy's been moving in a really interesting direction this past year, and it's been cool to serve as an intern these last 2 semesters and really see the dynamic of what it means to be in a transition period. And I definitely think Trophy has making moves to be more of a social presence both on and off campus, as well as moving toward social activist groups with different Filipino orgs. I think though a lot of these moves have been external and there has been less focus on the internal stuff. We have done a couple things like going to and holding different campus events like the Tinikling Battle, like PACF, where we really engage the community, and also trying to mingle more with outside organizations on campus through tailgates and parties and things like that. But I definitely think we need to focus more on the internal side of things. I think that before we can move to external growth, we need to look internally, because if there's no foundation, we really can't build on nothing. Before we can expand out to SE PASA, external orgs, Filipino social activism, we need to be strong at the roots. I think we have done a really great job this year, and I think that we can always improve internally, and so I have 2 different things that I think we should focus on, but they're really just building on what we already have established. So the first way I think to grow internally is to really reinforce internal cohesion. We're all really close and we all know each other, but I feel like we tend to stick to our friend groups, which is perfectly fine, but I think we need a little bit something deeper than just a first name basis. For example, I know Anthony Miltante. He knows me, and I think Tante's a cool person. I hope he thinks the same. But I think just having a closer connection than that is important. Me and Anthony never have to be best friends, that's okay. But just really enforcing those kind of bonds makes a stronger, more connected foundation and a base. And I think people are attracted to that kind of thing, knowing that if you go into this club, there will be people here that accept you and really want to grow with you. And then the second way I think we could grow internally is through USC campus presence. We've been working on it. I think we need more of an APASA presence, definitely going to more events, more co-hosting, and more intermingling, really trying to hit that hard. We're a lot smaller than the other clubs here on campus, so I think that makes us at a little bit of a disadvantage. We have to work harder and really work at it to say that we're here and we're present and we're relevant. And with establishing those connections, if we have the support here, we can move on to other things, so we'll have support from within. So I think to achieve both the internal cohesion and USC campus presence, it's through each of us, including eBoard, including myself, including the general members. We just want to, I think it's important for us to create a more supportive, welcoming, and friendly environment. And it's really a team effort. It's not just one person really trying. It's everybody being on board and saying, we're excited about this. And for me, if I were to become IVP, to reach these goals, I'm a big supporter and fan of the idea of leading by example. I would be that person that is setting the standard, I guess, of being welcoming to this club. And I think I genuinely like the people here. I genuinely like people, regardless of personal differences or character quirks or whatever it is. I never hold it against anyone, and I think it's important not to, especially to foster that kind of environment. And I've always worked with people. I've always had team-centric jobs, team-centric projects, and different clubs, stuff like that. And one of the biggest things I've learned is resolving conflicts on a case-by-case basis. Not one formula will work. And so I guess I want to end with, I want to be here, I'm really passionate, I'm ready to hit the ground running, and I really want to grow with Troy Phi.
As a person who has gone to a lot of APASA meetings, in addition to some APASA events, I do agree with you that it would be cool if we could collaborate more with our community. How exactly do you plan to engage more people in Troy Phi, not just eBoarders, but general members as well?
I think a lot of it is starting from the beginning, really setting a structure. Like, we're gonna announce this event early, we're gonna reach out to our general members and say, hey, you should come out, really hype it up. I think a lot of it is how you present it. This is business me talking. You just really have to market it to your general members. And I think people have a hard time saying no if you personally ask them, hey, do you wanna come to this APOSTA event with me, tomorrow night?
So you say that you want to increase, I guess, like more personal relationships between people, like let's say they're not in your line, like whatever, and like we do programs like PACF Pals, but what's something else you think you could implement that would help that?
I think like doing kind of a intermingling, like not just an icebreaker, because I feel like icebreakers tend to be like, oh, we're all going to be in a big group, but I think trying to implement more like discussion-based things, fun, small group things. I feel like it's easier to get to know people in small groups, and splitting people up like that whenever possible. So maybe opening general meetings that way every time, so that by the end of the semester, hopefully, at least you know everybody, kind of.
You said you've dealt with like case-by-case basis, right? Can you give like an example of when you've dealt with a hard to work with member and how you've sort of dealt with that member, and what were your takeaways and how did you sort of tackle it?
Over the summer, actually, I worked as like a, I guess, freelance sampling person, kind of. And like, there's this one lady at this one store, and she's like the manager there, and like, she did not like me, I did not like her. She was really cold and really not a team player, and that was really rough, just because it's like, I can't work with somebody who like doesn't want to work with me. But I think like the solution I devised to that was, be as welcoming as possible, be as like communicative and open as possible. It's really hard for someone to not work with you if you're really putting in an effort. And so I mean, like with the conflicts that I did have with her, it generally ended up where like we got to a neutral ground, and neutral's good in my opinion.
So like part of being IVP is making sure everyone at eBoard knows their constitutional duties and they feel comfortable in the space. So like, let's say someone is really slacking off and they've been really absent, like how would you address that person and talk to them without seeming really mean?
I mean, I think there's like a progressive process to do that. Obviously, like, if you like, you wouldn't like go and attack them, never, like that's not a thing. I definitely think it's kind of a, hey, what's been up with you? Is there anything going on, kind of thing, and then say, we need you 100% here, and if you can't do that, then we can work something out until you feel like you can be 100% here, and like continually working at that and following up, and being that supportive person while saying, the team needs you too.
1 minute.
Oh. Okay. Cool.
Going off of Margie's earlier question about fostering like friendships and connections within the club, like you mentioned that you wanted to get past the first name basis. Would that be like code names or secret handshakes? Please elaborate.
Yeah, it's we can all develop our own secret agent names. Should be good. Anthony Militante over here, secret agent Duck, right now.
He's wearing duck socks.
He's wearing duck socks on the low.
Oh, first, me and Rachel do have a secret handshake, but also, oh yeah, I'm gonna ask the same question that you asked Matt. Why do you feel like you're ready for a top 5 position as a sophomore?
I think I've really like grown a lot through Troy Philippines. I don't know where I would be here at USC without it, and I think this club has given me a lot, and I want to give back. And through my previous experiences, I haven't really elaborated on it, but I did a lot in high school. I've always worked since I was like 15 years old. I've really had like the on-the-job experience of working with people. And I think I could really fulfill my duties in that sense. And I'm ready to be here. Definitely.
Okay.